All right, so what we're going to do today, our next project, using pallet wood to construct things. I want to build a coffee table for this bench that I built my last video, pallet table bench. So I want to put a nice coffee table here, and I'm going to break down this pallet here. I'll use boards like this that have been broken down from other pallets. It's a good sized board there. It's about almost a ½ inch thick. I'll use that for the surface. Then I want to break out these stringers on this pallet. They're long and they're only about an inch thick. So it'll be nice to have these for stringers for the frame for the coffee table. So the coffee table will be about 40 inches long. I think that's what these boards run, about 40 inches long. And I'll have it set up right out here in front of my bench. And so we're going to get started breaking down that pallet and beginning to frame it out. This project should go together pretty quick. Thanks for watching. If you enjoy my videos, my projects, please hit the like and subscribe. You can help my channel a lot if you do that. All right, thanks guys. So here we go, let's go to work. All right, so we're ready for the next stage here, working on a layout. So I'm going to use these boards here, broken down from previous pallet jobs. And my tabletop, it looks like I'm going to measure it about 18 inches. It seems about right. And the length of it is 40 inches. So I know what my dimensions are going to be for my tabletop. And the frame, the tabletop should overhang the frame by anywhere from 3/4 of an inch to an inch all the way around. So now that I know my dimensions for the tabletop, I can figure and cut these stringers so that I can build a frame out of it. And then on some extra stringers that I have broken down that are broken, I can split out with a table saw what I could use for the legs for the table. So that'll be perfect. All right, so we're going to get on to that next part. I'm going to cut and get the frame together. When I have finished that part, I'll put it on the video and show you what I've done. And just a simple matter then of screwing the tabletop to it and it'll be done. So it's a really very simple, quick and easy project. All right, so we've got our frame boards cut. This one's 38 inches, so that'll leave an inch overhang on each side of the tabletop. The side pieces are cut down to 14 inches. That will take care of the 1 inch, the 2 inches for these two stringers, plus the 2 inches that we need to have on the outside. So it's important that you pre-drill some holes here, and we're not really fussy about our placement because after all, this isn't a fine product furniture. It's just a very simple, quick and easy rustic build for our outdoor area in the woods. So once you got those holes drilled, just a matter of sinking in some screws. And we'll use our square. Make sure everything is set square. Okay. All right, so that one's done. So just a matter of rinsing and repeating on the other three sides, and the frame will be built. I can put some legs on it, then I will put the tabletop on it, and it'll be done just very, very quickly. All right, so let's get to work. All right, we're going to take a little break here and get a little bit thirsty. I'm going to set up here my juice bar, and we'll get me a drink of seltzer water, soda. Take a break and relax. All right, Tim's Juice Bar. That's good. That's good. All right. So I cut my 4 legs out of stringers, and they're 1 inch by 1.25 inches. I would have liked to have made them wider, but the stringers were so broken up from where the skid screws had damaged the pallet that was the best I could do, but that's okay. I got my 4 of these. So make sure that you know which side of the frame you want the tabletop to be on, and flip it over so you're now working from the bottom. And I have pre-drilled the holes and preset the screws here so to make the job easier to go. And so now it's just a matter of placing your leg in place. I'm going to screw in the top screw, and then I can check with my carpenter square to make sure that this is set straight. Once that is, I screw in the bottom screw. All right, so it's virtually complete now. So we have the whole frame here, the whole table frame with legs, and now it's just a matter of putting the top on, which will only take a few minutes, and then the whole thing will be done. All right, let's get to work. All right, so we're starting to put the tabletop on, and so I wanted 1 inch overhang on the tabletop all the way around. So once I set my first board in place and get it screwed, I can now just work off of that and get the rest of it lined up, pop a few screws in, and just go right on out to the edge. Simple as that. Now, this is not a fine piece of furniture. It's just a functional tabletop. Not a tabletop, a coffee tabletop for my outdoor area. And so I'm not too worried about it measuring anything. I'm just roughing it in by sight. And if you're really worried about the wood splitting, you should maybe pre-drill before you screw it in. But if you're careful when you set your screws and don't drive them too deep, you should be okay. So now it's just a matter of screwing that all to the top, and taking an orbital sander and knocking off some rough edges, and it will be done. All right, let's get to work. All right, having gotten the top on, turning it over, and feeling like the center of the table is a little flexy and could use some support, I added a piece of scrap wood here in the center to support the center of the table so that it would be nice and firm. So now it's just a matter of taking some of the rough edges off with an orbital sander, and she'll be finished. All right, we're honing in on the finish here. Just gonna take my orbital sander here, and I'll knock off some of the rough edges, and she'll be good to go. All right, give me about 10 minutes. All right, got the coffee table all complete, knocked off some rough edges, not worried about polishing it or sanding it fine. Again, it's not a fine piece of furniture, it's just a rough outdoors coffee table to go along with my pallet bench, which is very comfortable. So now it's just a matter of kicking back and relaxing. Put your feet up, you don't have to worry about dirty feet on the table. Put your feet up, relax, enjoy the good outdoors, the good weather, and thank the good Lord every day that He gives us life and health and strength and wisdom to be able to enjoy His creation. All right, if you like my channel, please make sure that you subscribe and hit the like button and help me as I create my projects. All right, so you can see my nice little comfortable area I have out here in my grove, in my shady woods. There's my fire pit and my Pizza oven. You see the birch logs hanging out in there. They've been just up in there to dry them out. It's got a rocket stove, 2 grills, fireplace, and a stone oven. And this is my juice bar here. All stuff made out of pallet wood, and serves me quite nice in my outdoor area here.